This is the Trending Talkers, hashtag TTTT. Let me say this from the outset. All of you have been following me on social media. Mnasema sijui nini, unashinda ukitravel sana, sijui nini. So here's the thing. We're going to give you a chance to come to South Africa. 2 people, like we have... No, I will tell you about that later. But what I am going to tell you, though, is there's a chance for you to come to South Africa and do everything I've done. Go paragliding, Harley-Davidson tour of Cape Town, the whole works for 3 full days. And we'll pay for everything, courtesy of the good people at South African Tourism. All you need to do is hashtag Safari SA. Safari SA, okay? Tell us why we need to give this to you. And then at 10 p.m., we've got more details, and we'll announce the winner with Kristen. Easy, right? Super easy. Let me introduce my panel on the Trending Talkers. Mich Atagana, how are you doing?
How are you?
Former journalist, former editor of memeburn.com, who is not Kenyan, but is Kenyan by association.
Yeah.
And Toili is here, who is a Kenyan, used to be a blogger back in the day. Some of you might remember Bomse. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing right.
Habari yako?
Salama sana.
And Ko is also joining us, a professional student.
Yes, I am.
Thank you all so much for being here. Let's talk about, first off, Kakamega and the great county of Kakamega. They've given us a lot of content over the past few weeks on the show. Now they have set aside 8 million shillings for food in the next budget. 8 million shillings for food, which is like 800,000 rand. For
They're
food
really hungry.
alone. They're really hungry.
Why? Why are they so hungry?
We have no idea.
Maybe they walk a lot. Like if they walk a lot, they need like lots of sustenance.
They love chicken, they love tea, and now it looks like they love food.
All the great African things.
All the great African things.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like 800,000 rand. Do they have roads?
Yes, they have roads. Some roads. They have roads, not a lot, but some.
So food is a high priority, obviously.
Yeah.
And then...
Everything else follows.
Wow.
Okay, Toili.
Yeah, so 800,000 for how long? That's the big question.
Next financial year, about a year.
For a year. That can't be enough.
8 million bob.
Yeah, considering the occupation of the Luya community in
Wait, utarushiwa mawe kwa Twitter. Mimi siku ni yeye amesema.
Okay, sasa sitataja kabila lakini.
Sema tu, it's all right.
No, 800,000 is...
It's not enough.
No, I don't think
I think
enough.
he's trying to say that it's not enough. 8 million shillings is not enough money.
It's not enough money.
Koi.
No, I think maybe if they're considering to have a 3-course meal every day, 3 times a day, then 8 million.
Plus dessert.
Yeah, brings it to around the type of figure we'd expect.
No, so the question here is, how much chicken can you buy for 8 million bob?
How much is the price of 1 chicken?
How much is chicken? Wait, what's it? Chicken is pisangabi squeezy. I'm thinking it's about 400, 500 bob for 1 chicken.
Oh, definitely not enough now.
Yeah.
Oh, now when you look at
Let's think about this, guys.
Yeah.
No.
And they're not only eating chicken. It has to
You've
come
got
with
to eat something like
else.
there's got to
There's
be.
some skooma that's going on.
Yeah.
There's the skooma and other
there's
things.
the ugali,
No,
and then
missing the
And
point
ugali,
there.
yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
and then there's
ugali
all
is
the
constant.
people in
This is not enough
Kakamega.
They need to rethink.
They really do.
Like I was saying, Kakamega has been a major source of content for us in the past few weeks. The Office of the County Government has been getting tongues wagging after it emerged that it intends to spend 8 million shillings on gifts, food, accommodation, and catering this year. Because these are different things. Food and catering. 2 different units, but all adds up to 8 million
What
bob.
are they catering
Yeah.
to?
I don't know.
Is it like
Maybe the
special
governor's
events?
office and the guests to the governor.
Well,
Yeah, 8 million is still not enough, eh? They're doing
Yeah.
all of that.
I can't believe you guys are saying this.
well, I don't agree. I think it's just an excuse to get the money to do something else and not food. So, yeah.
Okay, so this happened on just on the day we live in Nairobi. Among the top 3 list of what Nairobi is famous for, KICC, obviously, Nairobi National Park, and traffic. The traffic record seems to have, however, been broken on Tuesday with the visit of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Nairobians were stuck in traffic for hours after police temporarily closed major roads, which were not announced in advance, by the way. So the city almost came to a standstill because of Bibi's movement. He checked in and we all came to a standstill. In fact, it was so bad that the Prime Minister apologized for it, which is nice about it. This is what he said.
Traffic problem. Now, I have to tell you, I don't understand. We are driving through Nairobi. There is no traffic problem. but nonetheless, I'm sorry that of the many pleasurable things that this visit evokes, and good things, the things for good, to borrow President Kenyatta's phrase, there is this inconvenience, so I apologize to the people
So
of
this
Kenya who
happened
have to
when
wait, the
Pope came
people
to
of
Kenya,
Nairobi.
Nairobi came to a standstill. When President Obama came to Kenya, Nairobi came to a standstill. At least we knew which roads were going to be closed in advance. Netanyahu just dropped in on us and we couldn't go anywhere.
You wanted to surprise you guys.
That's not the kind of surprise we had in mind.
Worse than Obama?
Yes, worse than Obama.
And the Pope.
Nobody just, when Obama was in town, nobody went anywhere. So we were kind of all easy watching it on TV. In this case, it was in the middle of a work week, and people just could not move.
But why? What did he do? Where did he go? I mean, it just seems a bit bizarre, just the standstill.
So he was staying at the Kempinski, guys, which is on Uhuru Highway. And what happens is when he stays at Kempinski, then they close the whole Westlands route to University Way roundabout, Toili, and therefore that kind of chokes up a huge part of the city.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know the Kempinski.
I know the Kempinski. You
Yeah.
can't get anywhere if you can't get through that area.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I don't understand why there should be traffic. But when someone like Uhuru moves around, you know, he's an important person just like Netanyahu, so they should consider something.
No, but you know when Uhuru moves around also they close certain roads, but it's not for so long. They just stop traffic on major highways, hit pitas, and then...
Plus, I consider Netanyahu's security to be to be better than Uhuru's, so I don't think the traffic thing is...
So you're saying we should not have complained?
Yeah.
We should have complained. I'm not saying we shouldn't have complained, but I don't think we should have closed for that long. We shouldn't have closed traffic for that
I
long.
absolutely agree. I mean,
Yeah,
so what?
because
People
if
visit
it- if you're
countries every
closing
day.
them-
Your life shouldn't stop just because some dignitaries in town.
It's not every day that Netanyahu comes calling, though.
This
Koi.
is true.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, we're the traffic police.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sure this is something, like, he landed fine, but it's like, they should have reacted. They should have had a plan, and they didn't. And so we always have traffic jam in Nairobi. It's nothing new, but something they should have done.
How long have you lived in Cape Town exactly?
Not
Because I don't
long.
think you think like us anymore. You're like, where are the traffic police? They should have known this. I'm like, who is this alien right now?
Someone should have known he was coming. Someone knew he was coming.
We did know he was coming. We just didn't know where he was going to be.
No, a traffic police earns a salary, right?
Yes.
He needs to
Someone's
do
getting
something,
paid.
right?
Someone's getting paid.
Yeah, someone's getting paid. yeah.
Someone's getting paid. They need to do a job.
I can't deal with you people right now.
Someone's getting paid. They should do a job.
Anyway,
Maybe they couldn't get there because they were also in traffic.
they did say, in fact, one senior cop said even they didn't know which roads were going to be closed.
Well, that's organization.
Wow.
We'll see where you're going to go back to. With that tongue on you, we'll see where you're going to go back to.
You can move to Joburg, it's fine.
Yeah, Koi's relatives, you've seen her on TV, the things she's saying. This memoir too. Okay, so American Queen of Pop Madonna angered Kenyans. She visited Kibera slums, which everybody does, and she tweeted that residents of the slum lack, actually they fetch the water from a sewer line. Yes, mnakunywa maji ya mtaro. That's what Madonna is saying. As if that was not enough, or just the tip of the top up of some of the more outrageous things she said. She said that she was in the Kikuyu Valley, which Kenyans only know valleys like the Rift Valley. The other Kenyan valleys people know are like the Rift Valley and the Kerio Valley and things like those. So guys are like, which country did she visit? Because I don't know what she's talking about.
Me neither. And I go to Kenya a lot, so that's pretty interesting.
No, but when she posted that picture of the sewer and said this is where they fetch the water from, so that's why we must work to protect them and get them water out. It's just like, oh God.
She knows they'll be dead if they drank that water, right? Like there will be no one there because everyone will be dead from drinking that
No,
water.
look at me. I'm in poor Africa. They drink sewer water. We must help
We
them.
must save them, you know.
We must save them.
It's just the way it is. Let's go and save Africa.
Did you see that post though,
No,
Toili?
I didn't see it though, but I think seawater is recycled
Huh?
to become drinking water.
Yeah, but they're not recycling in the
There,
sewer.
yeah.
It's not recycled in the sewer. You don't go and pick up.
It's not
somewhere
recycled
else.
in
They
the
have to go
sewer.
somewhere else.
Maybe everyone got it in the wrong context. This time I'll be with Madonna.
Well, maybe
I'm not-
she should have contextualized her
Yeah.
post.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
she's got PR people around her.
Or maybe she was misquoted.
She was not
But her own
misquoted. It was
her own Twitter account.
No.
you sounding
okay,
like a
but,
politician.
No, on that one, you know, I'm not really a fan of Madonna, hip hop and stuff like that. It's not my kind of
Oh, so
thing.
this is just you
Yeah.
because you don't like
Yeah.
Madonna.
No, it's not that I don't like her, but
He's
pop
siding
music
with
is
her.
not my
Yeah, okay. Did you see the post, Koi?
No, I did, and I'm just like, you know, poor Africa. Oh, we need to go help Africa.
It's so
but I'm
hopeless.
like, it's so hopeless. I think she has PR people, so
Yeah.
I think that's something they should have handled. It's just, you don't say stuff like that.
And especially after she met the First Lady. And
Yeah.
she looked to be really excited to meet Margaret Kenyatta.
Exactly. Like, you have to be careful about what you put up there. People actually look at it, so yeah,
You know
take
what
the
I think
time.
it is? I think that they're all convinced that we still have dial-up, right? So by the time the Twitter page loads, it's like 300 posts have come up. So
Yeah.
obviously they won't see that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. It's just, they still think we have dial-up.
But
Yeah.
doesn't that play into the stereotypes that the rest of the West has about Africa, right? So when she goes to Nairobi and it's beautiful and she gets to State House, she meets the First Lady, but the picture she posts is of the sewer. Because like, yeah, I told you, Africa is so horrible. Like, oh my God.
But bad news never sells.
But you know the problem is actually it's our fault.
I mean, good
Let's be
news,
honest.
yeah.
It's Africa's fault because we allow like the discourse that goes up about us. Now Madonna's famous. Everyone's going to read her Twitter account, so that's
Yeah.
what she posts. I'll go to Nairobi and I'll post a great photo from KICC and the Great View. No one knows about
Yeah,
it. Who am I,
true.
right?
Yeah.
But that's Kenya. That's
Yeah.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
But it's the context we've allowed like the West to have about us, and that's
Yeah.
that's a major problem.
Okay, you guys were all catching feelings about the Kikuyu Valley, but the Samburu Valley actually exists. They call that place, and Owa tweeted about this. He said, our outrage about Madonna's post was unwarranted, and it exposed more about us than it did about her, right? Because we're so ignorant, to be honest with the honest ones. And Owa actually did a bit of research and said, that place in Baragoi in Samburu is called Soito El Kekoyo, or the place of Kikuyu stones, okay? So y'all don't just be catching feelings before you've looked at your geography. If you look on Google Maps, it's there. There's a thing, it's a Samburu name. All right. So Ronnie Kibet says, your panel today looks too posh. I don't know if that is a compliment or it is the opposite of that. How are you guys taking that?
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Like you all are too posh.
Really?
You're like, oh my God, I am so over this.
We just need some tea and this will be complete with the poshness.
It is 7 p.m. in Cape Town. Why do you need tea?
Okay, maybe we should get wine then. I don't know. We're in Cape Town.
This is family TV, Mish.
Oh, sorry, Kenya.
Have you ever been accused of being posh, Toili?
No, it's new to me. It's a new thing.
Congratulations,
It's totally
now you've
new.
made it in life. You've been accused of being posh.
I
Koi?
have to Google. and-
No, no, no,
You,
no,
you do
please.
look posh.
No.
Come on.
Let's not go there.
Unakatuza
No.
wale wasimanzi wa mtaa.
Oh my gosh, no. And I used, oh my gosh.
I know. Can you get any posher than that?
You know, I just sold myself out. But no.
Fair enough. All right, this is a sad story. Following the death of lawyer Will Kimani, who worked with the International Justice Mission, his client and their driver, they were abducted last month, you remember, after filing a complaint against the police. Lawyers across the country have been holding protests in solidarity with the victims of extrajudicial killings. 4 police officers were detained, and there are some who think the police are not doing enough to stop these crimes. And there are also some that say it is just another storm that will pass and then things will go back to quote normal. This is really distressing that a young man, he was only 32, father of 2, 5 years after leaving law school, he was trying to defend this man who had a complaint against a police officer, and he turned up dead. He was tortured and killed, and his body thrown into a river.
It makes me so angry. It's so frustrating. Because you look at something like this, and this is all over the international media. Everyone is talking about
This is the kind of stories about Africa you see reported
Exactly.
about, yes.
And you think about what's also happening in the US now, where Black Americans are being shot left, right, and center. And you think, of course, they don't come to Africa because they look at this and they go, "Where am I safe? Where can I go?"
Yeah.
So it's really frustrating. And I don't actually know, like, how do you even solve a problem like this? How do you begin to solve a problem
Yeah.
like this?
Toili, I'm sure you're not in Kenya, but you read this news and what goes through your mind?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation because you also have one person who disappeared here 13 days ago and he's yet to be found.
Right.
Yeah, not far, just 300 kilometers from here. So this disappearing, I think it's...
And when somebody disappears, unogopa, huyo jamaa ameenda wapi? Ama
yeah,
tarudi?
that's the thing, and I'm not being pessimistic, but mostly, and in counting, using statistics, most appear dead later there. So we really can't tell what the police are doing about this, if they're involved and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Koi.
No, I think it's very sad, and given that there's been a rise in extrajudicial killings in Kenya, it's like what is being done? Nothing is being done. People are disappearing, but no one is acting, and I think something needs to be done. So, and it's very sad, really.
Okay, in fact, police spokesman Charles Owino, who, by the way, spoke to me last weekend and said, no, there are no extrajudicial killings, it's just a few bad apples. He was splashed with a solution of red food color during protest over the slain lawyer, Willie Kimani, I beg your pardon, his client and cab guy, Boniface Mwangi, who organized that protest, or one of the organizers, defended the move. He said that Owino had just joined the protest voluntarily, and the uniform he was wearing was bought with taxpayers' money anyway. What do you mean? So this is the police spokesman. He goes to address the protesters, and they had the T-shirt splashed with the red food color to make it look like blood, and they splashed it on him. And they said, no, he joined it voluntarily.
People are angry. When people are angry, they do silly and sometimes warranted things because they feel they have to express their anger in some ways. Although that's quite interesting. He joined the protest.
The picture looked really good. So he's surrounded by all the protesters, and his official police uniform has all these markings and whatnot. It was dramatic.
I think that's what they were going for, the drama.
It had good drama value. You can't take that away from. Will you check your picture?
No, I kind of missed that, but.
Buda, unakatu hapa hivi. Umefunga tu kichwa mahali.
Do you watch any TV or anything at all?
Yeah, I watch Twitter.
You watch Twitter?
I'm on WhatsApp groups, I watch Facebook. Yeah, but really, the police spokesman tried to justify the killings, and they always do that, and that's not something that should be happening. All the culprits for this case for Willie Kimani, they are suspects that are known, but still nothing's done.
In his defense, it is his job, right? Haizi kuja sema ni sisi tuliwaua jamaa.
Yeah, but you are not supposed to justify it. You can just remain neutral.
All right.
Yeah.
I think they have to make a statement. The group was trying to make a statement. They were trying to show, like, our voices need to be heard. And they were just like, let's pour food coloring, and then, or, the fake blood and see what happens. But they just needed to be heard.
Yeah.
All right, this is an interesting one. NTSA officials arrested a crew of a 41-seater minibus matatu. It was ferrying primary school children to the ASK show in Machakos town last week. This is where it gets interesting, because if you look at the video that went viral, it showed 133 pupils and 7 teachers alighting from a matatu, which should have been carrying 41. So it addresses the concern of the safety standards of vehicles hired for school trips. 41-seater. It's got 133 pupils plus 7 teachers. So there were 140 people in this.
Did the school hire this, or did they?
I think they hired it, yes.
And they just hired it on purpose and knew that.
They were just like, we need maybe 3 or 4 vans, but let's just use one.
Yeah, so someone needs to be held responsible for that behavior. It's actually quite sad because even in South Africa, you get minibus taxis that take way more people than they should, and it causes accidents, and little kids lose their lives. So I think the school definitely needs to be held responsible for that one.
They might say, no, we didn't do anything. We
just kind of stuffed people into a can because we can.
I see what you did there. This is the Kenyan way, Toili.
Yeah, I saw the video, and there's been a lot of outcry, but from experience, I think it's just a passing cloud. It's going to happen again. Mara mingi. Sometimes you don't need, you don't have any other means of transport. Sometimes huna hizo akili, unaingia.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Like, worst case scenario, what if they had an accident? How many people's lives would have been lost? I think it's crazy. And yeah, someone needs to be held responsible. And yes, it'll happen again, but we need to do something about it, at least, yeah?
Someone needs to be held responsible. Maybe the school administration? Who knows?
Yeah, maybe them. People give out budgets.
The head teacher could be like, no, we didn't know they were going to go that many. We only wanted 41 people to go. We didn't realize the 133 kids are all going to fit in that same car.
No, there has to be some kind of register.
Yeah, exactly. When they all get into the buses, someone go,
I
maybe
think that's
too many people.
I know.
Let's stop it there.
140 people and no one said, there's something wrong here.
Or maybe they were like, oh, let's see how many can fit in there. Oh, look, there's more room. Yes, kujeni, kill them to come. There's more room.
I'm wondering, were they at the top or at the booth?
Did they have layers? Or were they like an upstairs?
What is a double-decker bus? We don't know.
So many questions.
Yeah, were they all seated or
were they all seated? Was some standing? Did they sit in turns?
Were they hanging onto the side of
sitting
the
on
bus?
each other?
These are things we need to know.
I have so many questions.
We need facts.
We need facts. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to take another break on the trending talk. As look, I know y'all are tweeting about Safiri essay. Y'all just want to come to South Africa. You don't care about what we're talking about. So the tweets are hysterical. And Koi ukuna mafans nakwambia Njerito _7. Walalala Koi Njuguna. Where? I bet all the dudes are using Safiri essay so they can meet her.
Oh, boy.
They just want to come to SA so they can meet Koi. She's hella fine.
There you go. See?
Yeah, look at that. Maina
nice.
Masha.
Okay.
Koi Njuguna, student. That university she attends is just goals that do anything to get within just 5 feet of her. Oh, wow. This
Better
is,
join Twitter.
this is another kind of tweet we're looking for.
Yeah.
It is a good thing. It is a good thing Koi is not on Twitter. Why are you not on Twitter, though? Ivo too?
Personal preference, I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're a millennial who's not on Twitter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what kind of monster is she? Let's look at her and,
No, I tried,
and shake our
and
heads.
it wasn't working.
We are disappointed in you.
Aniaje uko Twitter?
No, I really tried.
Alafu
but
nini ilihappen?
It's a process. Learning how to. Okay, let me not use that excuse, but I tried and I just couldn't get with it.
Ilikata
So
You
I
don't have to
moved
do
on to
anything
something
now,
else.
though. Just join, and all of Larry's fans will just follow you and just stare.
If you set up a Twitter account during this show, by the time you leave, you have like 2,000-3,000 followers.
Seriously, just do it. Let's just
No,
let's
you're bad.
Let's experiment.
Mish, you're bad influence. Don't listen to her. She's bad influence. Okay, so the Kenya Volleyball Federation threatening to sue the Standard Group for a story they carried in the Nairobi newspaper last Friday. Basically, the story claimed that the Kenya volleyball officials were soliciting for sex from the players in exchange for slots in the national team. Imagine that. The team even held a press conference in Nairobi and denied those allegations and demanded an apology. Okay, let's say this is not true, but the fact that this story exists out there.
Where there's smoke,
Yeah.
where there's smoke, there's fire.
But they're upset. They're like, we're going to sue you. How dare you say that? We demand an apology.
What did the volleyball players say?
The volleyball players have not said anything.
Interesting.
Pointedly.
Interesting.
They're just like sips tea.
Exactly. They're sipping their teas, going,
They just got the commit position.
Yeah.
oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible,
So
horrible.
if it's true, it's really, really bad. If it's not true, it's also really
Really
bad.
bad, I know, for the
Bad
newspaper.
either way, yeah.
Yeah.
So Toili, listen, fine, let's say this is entirely not true, but this is Kenya, man. Things have happened.
Yeah, and things happen, and especially in sports, I think it's true.
Unasema hivyo ni kama ushaikuwa sports.
Yeah, okay, I'm not a field events guy.
Right.
I'm an indoor games guy.
But still, even indoor games have national teams.
Yeah, but not in Kenya.
Come on.
We
Koi.
don't excel in indoor games.
But okay, this is true. We don't excel as much in indoor games.
Yeah.
No, I think true or false. I mean, there's someone's going to get burned. Families, you know, the officials, the players. So I think, yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire, and yeah, we'll wait to see what happens. You know, whether truth comes out or you know, yeah.
All right. Okay. Love triangles are a secret society, but one African-American man, he's called Lonnie Turner, he took to social media to post an appeal to his wife and his side chick to get along. This is what he said. I work extremely hard, and I think I deserve to have everything my little heart desires. Why can't I have a cake and can't eat it? I want multiple cakes. This man, he's not asking for a lot. He just wants his wife and his girlfriend to get along.
Yeah. Wow.
Where to start?
Wow. This is actually happening.
Yeah.
Like in this is a thing.
Yes.
What did they say?
Yeah.
What did the wife and the mistress say?
I think they're trying to look for him to murder him, both of them.
Wow.
No, but seriously though, he says he's worked hard. He's got a wife that he loves and is staying at home with him. He also got a girlfriend. Why can't they get along?
You gotta admire that courage, eh?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of chutzpah to kind of go out on social media and go, dudes, this is my life. I want my side chick and I want my wife. Let's all just coexist together. You know what? He can just move to Africa. Apparently, people just do that.
You can have multiple wives.
You can have
They all
multiple
get along.
wives. You know.
Excuse me. He even put a picture of them side by side.
See how well they go
See
together.
how they go
How well
together
they all go
on social
together.
media. If only they went together as well in real life.
The photos, they were side by side or they were together?
They were not
Side by-
the photo grid
Oh, photo
in different settings. They were not all sitting together.
Okay. Because sometimes the women, you know, they just want the first position.
And both of them want to be
Wait,
first.
Yeah,
what?
but they like if a wife knows that the husband got someone else, they
Yeah.
just want to be no, I'm the number one. But that's easy for the man. You can just tell each one of them that they are number one. Hata shuleni tulikuwa tunashikania na
Hashtag
maisha
pro tip.
inaendelea.
Mich,
Wow.
you have some thoughts on this?
I have many thoughts on this. many
No,
thoughts.
because the ratio of men to women is already upset with the number of men you have in jails
So
and
it's
everything.
justified.
Yeah, it's justified, and I can vouch for it.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
others
stop,
will have
stop. So, we are justifying this business. I mean, hey, to each his own, what you do is your business, not mine. However, if we discuss... What?
No, it's just,
The ratio of men to women is already based on people in jail and dead and obviously
Yeah,
married,
and-
but the married thing is a little bit, it's a bit on the gray area. Let's just, so as long as you know you're number one, it's all good, right?
yeah, it's all good.
You're so lucky we're on live TV right now.
Yeah.
So lucky.
Okay, Koi.
Most because they're witnesses. You know?
We'll take it offline.
Yeah, they're going to take it offline. Koi, what do you think?
He justified it by saying, I work hard.
I work hard.
I'm like,
I deserve everything I
work
want.
hard.
Yes.
I mean, we all work hard, but I mean, we're still, we're grinding. It doesn't mean we have to do, we get to eat our cake and eat it too.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, like, I mean, I didn't see the justification in that. Like,
But that man,
give me something else to work with. But I work hard.
I work hard. Mine doesn't
Everyone
work
works hard. Yeah. So no.
Yeah, that man is brave.
Yeah.
Just y'all get along, man. Just get
We'll
along.
see how long he lives.
Let's see.
We should see how long
We
he
should check
lives.
up on him in a couple days.
Yeah.
I know in a couple of days he'll be still alive. All of his body parts are together.
Exactly.
We should have a weekly update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is week 2. He's still alive. Isn't the Lord great?
Yeah, in the long run, relationships are about agreement.
We'll see how long you
You
live.
see how Kenyan women, please. Let's see how
Look at this
Yeah.
specimen. Okay, so Ugandans have done it again. Emmanuel Solomon Semakula, he was arrested by police in Nakaseke district. He claims he's the Jesus Christ, Son of God. The police say the man has been denying his followers access to medical facilities and cooked food for the last 6 years, and his followers truly believe he's Jesus Christ. Okay, you need to see the story to believe it from NTV Uganda.
It's me, Jesus Christ, Emmanuel, Prince of Peace, Michael, and I was born by my spirit in Fedon, Jerusalem.
This is the message Emmanuel Solomon Semakula has been giving the people of Nakaseke for the last 6 years. Semakula is the leader of a cult in Tongo village, Kapeka sub-county in Nakaseke district. He claims he was born by the Holy Spirit.
They will hate you for my name's sake. The name is heavy when you carry it. So that's why you see that truly I am Jesus Christ.
Semakula and 9 of his followers have been detained at Chuoko police post in Nakaseke district. Police say he has conned several people using the cult and continuously denies his followers access to medication and cooked food.
Unbelievable. He is the Jesus Christ, Son of God.
I know what happened, actually.
What happened? Tell us.
So Jerusalem, when you go to Jerusalem, you get this Jerusalem syndrome. I
Yeah.
just feel that, the Israeli Prime Minister brought it to
When
Kenya.
Netanyahu came to East,
And it
because
just-
he was in
and-
Uganda first before he came to Kenya.
There you go. And it just kind of it's just kind of like one of those things that just spreads. So you know what the Jerusalem syndrome is. So when you go to Jerusalem, you're so overcome by all the religious
Jerusalemness.
icons, all the Jerusalemness, And when you leave, you become by this Messiah feeling that you are the Messiah. So I just feel like he probably just kind of got a little bit of that and just decided the world should just get ready for him.
Okay, Toili, after Jehovah Wanyonyi, now this guy.
Yeah, that I can't really touch on religion. My mother's watching. She loves Jesus. And my daughter too, probably.
Your mother will travel here and beat you up.
So really, I won't comment about the Jesus thing.
Yeah, I should have been careful. My answer probably.
Your aunt will be like,
ooh, trouble.
Koi.
I think what we're missing out is that he has followers, guys.
Yeah, he's got followers.
That's it's not that he
Then
says
they don't
he's
go to the
Jesus
hospital.
Christ. He has people who actually believe that this is the case. I think that's where the problem is. Like, there are people who believe him.
I know people
that's
believe
insane.
anything.
Yeah.
Scientology.
Okay, this is interesting. A slaughterhouse processing donkey meat for export to China is now up and running in Baringo County. There is a saying that what goes around comes around, and that for the Chinese, anything that moves and has its back towards the sun is a delicacy. This could just be true. Just a few more animals, then we can confirm the theory. Yes, we may have enjoyed donkey meat as Kenyans once in a while, but it was disguised as beef or goat. You know, it's an interesting to note that some workers of the Baringo donkey slaughterhouse consider eating donkey meat a taboo. Some, explain this. There's now a slaughterhouse that's exporting donkey meat to China. This is a business.
Wait, there are that many donkeys in like Kenya?
No, like proper donkeys.
Like, there's a lot of them, obviously.
Yes.
For it to be
and
a
now there's a
slaughterhouse.
slaughterhouse that's exporting them to China.
Jeez.
Business.
This is like, wow.
Is the
But
slaughterhouse licensed?
Yeah,
I'm sure it is licensed. Bongo la biashara.
Is it owned by Kenyan?
Yeah, it's owned
okay,
by
good.
Kenyan.
Then that's fine, you know, because at least, you know, Kenya's making some money out of this. It's not just one of those
So it's
things,
all
you-
right.
You know,
Yeah,
so it's great, you
it's
know.
all right.
People are making money off of this.
Okay.
Wow, donkey meat.
I know. I think all the butcheries that used to sell donkey meat are wishing that they'd come up with this idea.
I know, right?
And started selling the donkey
They're like,
meat
we
to
were doing
China.
this before it was mainstream. We were doing this before we were the hipsters of donkey meat.
Exactly.
Man. Okay, you guys need to explain this to me. South African athlete Oscar Pistorius may be out in time to compete in the 2020 Olympics. Believe that. The Paralympian, obviously this week imprisoned to 6 years in prison for killing his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. That is less than the South African minimum sentence for murder. Okay, you all live in SA. What does this mean exactly?
We are all screwed. That's what it means. I mean, what is the worth of a human life? Seriously. So I watched the live stream of the sentence, and
Yeah.
I've followed the Oscar case since the day it actually happened when I was a journalist.
Yeah.
And you have to ask yourself, okay, first of all, if it was all a big mistake and he didn't know and things got confused, why did he shoot multiple times?
Okay.
Why-
So there's still lots of questions
so
regarding
why did he
this.
shoot multiple times? So I don't buy this whole. He thought it was an intruder.
And he's
big
remorseful
mistake,
about it.
I don't buy that. He got angry and he killed her. And I don't think the South African justice system has done her any service. They've done her a great disservice by only giving him such a short sentence.
You live here. What does this mean?
Obviously, he got preference treatment.
They got preferential treatment because he's a big celebrity.
Not really, not about celebrity status, because this country is still kind of ratio.
Okay,
so it's
Koi.
because of his skin color.
Yeah, because the minimum years is 15 years.
Yes.
And he got 6 years, right? And I basically think if it was someone else who wasn't an athlete, who wasn't well known, would they have gotten the same treatment? So, yeah.
Obviously not.
It was not fair.
Jub was
All right,
very
I just
long,
need to go
got
through this
longer.
real quick. Africans
Jub got
outraged
longer.
this
Yeah, Jub
week,
got longer,
and
and
it's
he
all
was also
because of
famous.
an angel-haired, intrepid teenager. She's called Louise Linton. She's an actress, and her memoir about her student gap year in Zambia in 1999 sparked a huge online uproar. In the book, Linton writes about a night she spent in hiding from the threat of armed rebels in her village in 1999 and describes herself as a central character in the events. This is an actual quote. "I tried not to think what the rebels would do to the skinny, white-haired Mzungu with long angel hair if they found me." A lot of people on Twitter didn't like that. They were like, Linton lies, and they went in on her. 10 seconds each. I'm out of time.
Linton really lies. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Toili.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Fair enough.
No,
Koi.
I agree. Linton really lies, yeah.
But can you imagine this? My favorite bit was angel-haired Mzungu.
Yeah.
Like, check me out. Come on.
Yeah, check me out on my angel hair. All right,
That's the
guys.
thing.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we've got today. It's really tragic news in Dallas, by the way. The whole Black Lives Matter movement and the counter-attack on the police officers in Dallas. Really, really heartbreaking. We have no time for that. My thanks to Mich, Toili, and Koi. Y'all have been amazing. Come back on the show soon.